Welcome back. We are live right here on Mountain Connections and excited to talk about Miners Day coming up on Labor Day, as well as how we are celebrating open space in conjunction with celebrating Miners Day. Many things are going on and we're excited to have Jenny, Heinrich, and Harley right here in studio to tell us all about it. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Good morning, thanks.
So Jenny, let's start with you. Tell me more about Miners Day and just a nice overview about what we can expect on Monday.
Yeah, so Miners Day has been going on for over 120 years, and it will kick off with a pancake breakfast at the city park. And then one of the special things about the day is the Park City Rotary hosts something called Running of the Balls. So that'll happen at about 10:45 on Main Street, right around Java Cow. And you can go to Park City Rotary, or they'll be out this weekend and you can buy balls. But it's a fundraiser for them, and they raise money for all the nonprofits here in town. But it's a really fun event to attend. And then of course there's a parade. So there'll be a parade all the way down Main Street and down Park Avenue. And then festivities will culminate at City Park, where they'll have all sorts of different kids activities. And then also they'll be doing mucking and drilling competition and demonstrations. So for those of you who haven't seen that, that does tie directly to our mining legacy. From back in the day when miners were doing their work, and so just want to get the community involved and out there celebrating our community and culture.
And I love that we're combining celebrating open space as well on Miners Day. Heinrich, tell me more about that.
Yeah, it seems a long time ago that the city and the community purchased the Treasure Hill open space. And it's probably my favorite open space parcel, that and Bonanza Flat. But I think it's a great opportunity to celebrate that, because Treasure Hill really is that open space that has the mining history. You can see the old tram towers that came down to the Coalition building. A lot of people ski on it, right? The town lift goes right over it. And then open space. And so part of that open space, we've built a trailhead right there to sort of be the focal point for the open space, and then we're building some trails. So it's an opportunity for the community and the council to celebrate that large open space purchase, because I've lived in town most of my life, and seeing that hillside developed would have been really heartbreaking, I think. And so a lot of people really can appreciate that open space, and we want to take the time to celebrate it.
And I'm excited about the tie-in to Miners Day. In fact, Harley, you know a little bit about our history right here in Park City, especially with mining.
Yeah, the mining history is super fun to learn about, especially when you get to learn about it, then go to the actual site where it was put in and stuff, and where it actually happened stuff. So it's very fun.
And why are you combining these two? And we mentioned, of course, Miners Day is all about celebrating that history of our town, and then open space is a high priority for many people. Heinrich, what is it about putting these two together? I know it works out well, but there's also some reason behind that.
Yeah, I go back to, they really do, that Treasure Hill open space really is indicative of our history. Like I said, that we've made a plaque. It's got this wonderful picture of the kids that were ski jumping on the old Creo mine dump, right? And that's 1910 or something like that, and then obviously the ski history, and then the open space. And mixing the two is just a great opportunity, because different from some of our other celebrations, like Miners Day really is this community-driven event. Kudos to the Rotary Club for putting everything together. They do such a great job. But this is community. This is a time for our community while we have tourists in town now seemingly all year. This is one opportunity that's really sort of focused on the community, and open space is a big part of that.
And not only are you taking time to celebrate this open space on Labor Day during Miners Day, there's a statue that is going to be dedicated, I believe.
Yeah, so I think, over the time that I've been working with Heinrich and his team, we had the Martinez family, who is a long-standing family here in our community. I think Rich Martinez lived in the Martinez family for over 5 generations here in Park City. And we're just really excited to celebrate Rich and all he did for our community. His family immigrated here from Spain way back when, and when they came to Park City, he was really influential. Went to Park City High School, helped build the first merry-go-round, I think, for the Marsac School, which is now City Hall. And he also served on the City Council for more than 16 years. And again, super influential when we went from mining town and we're headed to ski industry, and helped kind of bridge that gap, even a little ghost town in that time. So just kind of a forefather of our communities, and the Martinezes are still here, and they helped build the trailhead, and we were just out there with them the other day, and I think it's a really great way to see how how important the land and our environment is, and bringing that together with the people that have really shaped our town as well.
Yeah, and if I can follow up, what a great opportunity to be that family on site. Now, Jenny and I have had the opportunity to actually get to know the Martinezes quite a bit. But when you sit there and you hear the stories of Rich when he was on city council, but he was also the dog catcher, and he also went out and fixed the pipes, when they were broken, because it was a small town, and was there, and you hear those stories, and it's just such a great opportunity to learn the culture and what Park City was really built upon, and what a fantastic man Rich was, and a great opportunity to provide that statue, and I think a lot of people will really enjoy it.
I like how you mentioned, Jenny, that we're bridging that gap from our mining history to our ski history and celebrating open space, which is so important to us here. Harley, I'm curious, do you like to get out and hike? Do you have a favorite place to go? Do you enjoy the open space here in Park City?
I love the open space. It's so much fun to go hiking and biking, especially like up Armstrong. That's a fun trail.
What do you like about Armstrong?
It's a fun climb, and you can just go higher and higher and more challenging to the top.
That is a beautiful place.
Her dad runs the trails in open space, so you think she gets out there quite a bit. So yeah,
it's a great place to grow up. Absolutely is. And Heinrich, I'm curious, over the past 18 months throughout the pandemic, people have really been enjoying open space. I think it's taken even more of a priority, if you can imagine, here locally. But at the same time, you haven't really been able to publicize and celebrate some of the great achievements that were made with open space.
Yeah.
So when you look back, what really stands out to you?
From the pandemic, the amount of people that discovered the outdoors. I mean, we saw our numbers and our trail counts go up like 200%. And so it was great to have people out, right? Because it was an escape, if you will. But it was actually really hard on a lot of land managers from the Forest Service and stuff. And so I think probably a positive out of that is a lot of people learned how important it was, which is really beneficial, and they learned sort of the etiquette and some of the aspects of it. So now we've got more educated trail and open space users, more of them, which is good. They can support future, general obligation bonds or something like that. But it's important for us in this time, I think. There's so many iPads and there's so many iPhones and things like that for people and kids. It's really important, obviously, for our family to get out and discover the outdoors. So I think that was probably, the positive and the negative coming out at the end. I think it was really good for people to take the time to get outside.
And perhaps more motivation to support open space, and what a great time to do it on Miners Day. Jenny, we had to skip last year, but exciting that Miners Day is back. If anyone is curious about what to expect, especially as far as safety, what do they need to know?
I would just encourage people, take their time getting there, have fun with your family. Everyone always tries to get there right at 11 when the parade starts, or right before or the running of the balls, but just take your time getting there. The city just installed, I think, over 100 bike racks, so if you want to take a nice bike ride up to Main Street to enjoy the festivities, or down to the city park, it's a great time to do that, and there's lots of bike parking around Main Street. And just, have a good weekend. I would say, continue to be respectful of others as well, and just get out there and have fun.
And Harley, what are you looking forward to on this Labor Day? No school.
Yeah,
no school. Good plans?
Exactly. I'm excited about the Miners Day Parade. That's always fun. And hanging out with my family. We're at Donor Bay School.
Oh.
Where's the best place to get more information about open space and Miners Day?
So open space, actually a great site is really just parkcity.org, and you can type in the search bar, you can just put trails and open space, and it takes us to our department, and so you can learn about the trails, the open space, the different rules and regulations associated to it. And then for trails, probably mountaintrails.org, yep, they're an ORG, I'm pretty sure. They have really great information there. And then Basin Rec, also just type in Google Basin Snyder Basin Recreation District, and they have a great website as well.
And then for Miners Day, we just posted everything on the city's website as well, so you can just go on our news page, and there is information about parking and transportation, as well as a link to the Miners Day schedule of festivities, so that's the best place to go.
Well, thank you so much, all three of you, for being here today. It's really nice to talk about celebrating Miners Day and our open space here locally, so I appreciate your time.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right, don't forget Miners Day coming up this Monday, a time where we can celebrate our mining history as well as our open space right here locally. And once again, thanks so much to Jenny, Heinrich, and Harley for being here today. We'll be back with more on Mountain Connections right after this.